I'm Victoria, 48 years old, principal of Riverside High for 3 years now. Finally in a position where I can make real change. Spent my whole career watching boys dominate every space, every conversation, every opportunity. Not on my watch. Sitting in my office looking at the trophy case in the hallway through my window. 90% of those trophies have boys' names on them. Football, basketball, baseball, wrestling. Meanwhile, the girls' soccer team won state 2 years ago, and their trophy is shoved in the back. This is exactly what's wrong with everything. Have an epiphany during morning coffee. Why are we still perpetuating these aggressive, competitive male spaces? Boys don't need another arena to learn dominance and aggression. They need to learn collaboration, emotional intelligence, support. Girls need to see that they can occupy space without male interference. Call an emergency meeting with the athletic director, Liam. He's been here 20 years old. Guard exactly the problem. Liam, I've been reviewing our athletics program. I want to restructure it to better serve all our students. He looks confused, sips his coffee. Restructure. How? I'm implementing a new policy. Effective next semester, we'll be suspending all competitive boys' sports teams. Watch his face go from confused to shocked. All of them? Victoria, we have 5 boys' teams. That's 200 students. Those students will have plenty of other opportunities. Intramural sports, non-competitive recreation, clubs, but the girls' teams will continue as normal. He's quiet for a long moment. You want to ban competitive sports only for the boys? I want to create space for healthy development. Boys learn toxic masculinity through competitive sports. The aggression, the hierarchy, the dominance. Girls playing competitive sports, on the other hand, are challenging patriarchal expectations. They're claiming space that was denied to them. It's not the same thing at all, Liam. He's rubbing his temples. Victoria, this is going to cause serious problems. Change always faces resistance. That's how I know it's necessary. Liam tries to argue, brings up college scholarships, student morale, parent reactions. Don't care. This is exactly the kind of institutional resistance that keeps patriarchy in place. Tell him the decision is final. Spend the next week preparing my announcement. Craft it carefully. Focus on positive language. Creating space for holistic development. Redirecting masculine energy toward collaborative goals. Providing girls with unimpeded opportunity. Call a school assembly. Entire student body packed in the gymnasium. Step up to the microphone feeling powerful. This is what leadership looks like. This is how you change culture. Students, faculty, I'm here to announce an exciting new direction for Riverside High Athletics. After careful consideration, we will be transitioning our athletics program to better serve the developmental needs of all students. Pause for effect. Beginning next semester, we will be suspending competitive boys' sports teams. Boys will participate in intramural and recreational athletics instead. This will allow young men to develop cooperative skills and emotional intelligence rather than aggressive competitive behaviors. Our girls' sports teams will continue to thrive and grow, claiming the space and resources they deserve. Expect some grumbling. Instead, complete silence. Then a boy in the back yells, "What?" Another stands up, "You can't do that." The boys section erupts. Football players, basketball players, track athletes, all yelling. Girls sitting there looking confused. Some of them look angry too. Didn't expect that. Raise my voice. This is not up for debate. This decision has been made with your best interests in mind. You'll understand in time that competition and aggression are not healthy outlets. Walk out of the assembly with my head high. Can hear the chaos behind me. Liam catches up. Victoria, we need to talk about implementation. Handle it, Liam. That's what I pay you for. Over the next few days, the fallout begins. Parents calling, emailing, showing up at my office, delete most of the emails without reading, have my secretary screen calls. One father manages to get into my office red-faced, angry. His son is a senior, was being scouted for college baseball. You're destroying my son's future. Your son's future shouldn't depend on a system that perpetuates masculine dominance. Perhaps this will teach him to find value beyond athletic achievement. He has a scholarship opportunity. Then perhaps the college should reconsider what they value in young men. Security escorts him out. Feel vindicated. This is exactly the kind of entitlement that needs to be dismantled. Sons, thinking they deserve opportunities just because they can, throw a ball. School board meeting next week. prepare my presentation, all my research, all my reasoning, patriarchal structures, toxic masculinity, gendered violence, male entitlement, show up confident, boardroom is packed, parents in the back, standing room only, present my case for 30 minutes, explain how competitive sports teach boys that their value comes from dominance, how it creates hierarchies that bleed into classroom behavior, hallway behavior, treatment of girls, how removing this will create a more equitable environment. Board members look uncomfortable. The board president, a woman named Carol, speaks first. Victoria, I appreciate your passion, but this seems extreme. Why not reform the programs rather than eliminate them? Because reform doesn't work. We've been trying to reform patriarchy for decades. Sometimes you need to dismantle. Another board member, Robert, leans forward. What about Title IX? Doesn't this violate federal law? Prepared for this. Title IX requires equal opportunity regardless of sex. We're still offering athletics to boys, just not competitive athletics. And since we're not reducing our overall athletics budget, we're in compliance. My lawyer already reviewed this. I'm on solid legal ground. Technically, board members confer quietly. Finally, Carol speaks. We'll take this under advisement. Implementation is delayed pending our review. Feel anger rising. With respect, the board gave me authority over school programming. This falls under my purview as principal. We gave you authority, Victoria. We can also review that authority. Leave the meeting furious. This is exactly how patriarchy maintains itself. Even women like Carol defending male privilege. 2 weeks pass. Boys are getting restless. Football season is supposed to start. They're still practicing, Liam tells me. Even though I told him to shut it down. They're just throwing the ball around after school, Victoria. Not official practice. Shut it down. No use of school facilities for competitive preparation. He looks at me like I'm insane. They're in the parking lot. Then tell them to leave the parking lot. Notice the girls' teams are practicing normally. Good. Watch the girls' soccer team running drills. This is what empowerment looks like. Then something weird starts happening. Girls start quitting their teams. First 2 girls from basketball, then 3 from soccer, then 5 from volleyball. What? Call in Amy, captain of the soccer team. Amy, I'm seeing unusual attrition from girls' sports. Do you know what's happening? She won't meet my eyes. Some girls don't want to play anymore. Why not? This is your moment. You have all the resources, all the support, all the spotlight. She's quiet. Amy, speak freely. This is a safe space. It doesn't feel right, Miss Victoria. What doesn't feel right? Playing when the boys can't. It feels like we only get to be good because they're not allowed to play. Cannot believe what I'm hearing. That's internalized misogyny, Amy. You're allowed to take up space. You don't need male permission. It's not about permission. It's about my brother is on the football team. Was on the football team. He cries in his room now. He's crying because he's learning that his value doesn't come from dominating a field. That's growth. Amy leaves looking unconvinced. More girls quit over the next week. By the end of the month, girls' sports participation is down 40%. What is happening? Call a meeting with the remaining girls' team captains. Need to understand this. 6 girls show up. Should be 12. Ask them directly. Why are your teammates quitting? Silence. Then Jessica from volleyball speaks up. Because it's not fun anymore. How is it not fun? You have everything you need. We have everything except competition. The boys' teams pushed us. We pushed them. Now it's just us, and half of us don't even want to be here. Another girl, Maya from basketball, nods. My boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, now he was point guard. He's so depressed he won't even talk to me. I can't enjoy basketball knowing what it cost. Feel frustration rising. So, you're centering boys' feelings over your own opportunities. Jessica shakes her head. You're not listening. Our feelings. We don't like this. We didn't ask for this. You should want this. This is equity. Maya stands up. This isn't equity. Equity would be everyone getting to play. This is just mean. She walks out. The others follow. Sit in my office alone, trying to process. They're too young to understand. They've been conditioned by patriarchy to center male feelings. This is temporary resistance. They'll see eventually. Then the petition appears. Students created a petition to reinstate boys' sports. 700 signatures by the end of the first day. School only has 950 students. That means girls signed it. That means faculty signed it. Feel betrayed. Call an emergency faculty meeting. I'm disappointed to see faculty undermining administrative decisions. English teacher named Sarah raises her hand. Victoria, with respect, many of us have concerns about this policy. Your concerns are noted. No, I don't think they are. You're not listening. The boys are suffering, the girls are unhappy, parents are threatening legal action, the school board is investigating. This isn't working. Change is difficult. This isn't change, Victoria. This is chaos. Liam stands up. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've never seen morale this low. Students are transferring. We've lost 15 students this month alone. What? Transferring where? Other schools, private schools. 2 families are homeschooling now. They're leaving because of this policy. The room is staring at me. Feel cornered. This is temporary adjustment. The research clearly shows. What research? Sarah again challenging me. Studies on toxic masculinity on competitive aggression in adolescent males. Show me one study that recommends banning boys from sports entirely. Don't have one because the studies don't say that exactly, but the implication is clear. The research points toward this conclusion, even if it doesn't explicitly state it. I don't have to justify my decisions to you. I'm the principal. Walk out of my own meeting, hear them murmuring behind me. 3 days later, the boy shows up. His name is Oliver Sr. Was captain of the wrestling team, asks to meet with me. Almost say no, but something makes me agree. He sits across from my desk, calm, composed. Miss Victoria, I want to understand your reasoning. Surprised by his tone, expected anger. I appreciate you asking, Oliver. Most people have been reacting emotionally rather than intellectually. I have been emotional. Wrestling was my life. I was going to compete at state, maybe get a scholarship. And now you have an opportunity to discover that your value extends beyond physical dominance over other boys. But I loved it. Not because of dominance, because of discipline, because of improvement, because of the team. Those things perpetuate masculine hierarchies. Can I ask you something? Hesitate, then nod. Did you play sports in high school? Think back. No, I didn't. Was never athletic. Always felt excluded from that world. No, I didn't. Do you think maybe you don't understand what sports actually are? Like from the inside? Feel defensive. I don't need to have participated in patriarchal structures to understand their harm, but maybe you need to have participated to understand what we're losing. He's calm, rational, it's unsettling. I've read a lot about masculinity in sports, about violence and aggression, and some of that is real, I think. But it's not what wrestling was for me. Wrestling was where I learned I could be weak and survive it, where I lost over and over until I learned how to lose without it destroying me. It was where I learned that trying hard at something matters, even if you fail. Don't know what to say. Miss Victoria, what you took from me wasn't dominance. It was the place where I learned how to be better. He stands up. And the thing is, you took it because you were afraid of something that wasn't even there. Leaves my office. Sit there for a long time. No, he's wrong. He's been conditioned to defend the system that oppresses him. Classic internalized patriarchy, but his words stay with me. That night, can't sleep. Keep thinking about the empty trophy case. The girls who quit the petition, Oliver's face. Next morning, there's a letter on my desk from the school board. They're reversing my policy. Effective immediately. All sports programs are reinstated. Boys and girls psych community feedback and student welfare also mention declining enrollment and potential legal liability. Feel rage, then panic. This can't be happening. Call Carol from the board. You're undermining everything I was trying to accomplish. Victoria, you have to understand. We can't sustain this. We've lost students. Families are threatening lawsuits. The community is in an uproar. Sometimes doing the right thing is unpopular. Sometimes being unpopular means you're wrong. Hangs up. Feel everything collapsing. Spend the day in my office. Liam comes in around 3:00 p.m. The board's decision is posted. Students know they're celebrating in the hallways. Hear whooping and cheering outside my door. Sounds like boys. Sounds like girls, too. Liam sits down. Victoria, I need to ask, what did you think was going to happen? I thought I would create equity by taking something away from one group. They had too much. The boys had too much space, too much attention, too much of everything. He's quiet for a moment. Did it ever occur to you that the answer wasn't less for them, but more for everyone? That's not how resources work. That's exactly how resources work. We could have fundraised, built more, created more opportunities. Instead, you just destroyed, feel tears threatening, will not cry in front of him. I was trying to help. You were trying to hurt. Be honest. You wanted to take something from the boys because you felt like they'd taken something from you. Words hit like a slap because they're true. Watching those boys dominate the trophy case, the hallways, the attention. It reminded me of high school, of being invisible, of boys mattering more. Wanted them to feel what I felt. Wanted them to lose something precious. You used your authority to punish children for your own resentment, Liam says quietly. That's not leadership. That's revenge. He leaves. Sit alone in my office as the school day ends. Hear the football team gathering in the parking lot for practice. Reinstated immediately. Oliver probably back in the wrestling room. Girls' soccer team probably celebrating that their competition is back. Everything I tried to do undone. Worse than undone. Backfired completely. Girls didn't feel empowered. They felt guilty. Boys didn't learn humility. They learned that authority can be arbitrary and cruel. Community didn't see equity. They saw exactly what Liam said. Revenge. Check my email. 17 messages from the superintendent. Board has called for a review of my position. Parents have filed formal complaints, some even mentioning discrimination. The irony isn't lost on me. Spent my whole career fighting discrimination, now being accused of it. Technically, what I did was discriminatory, but it was discriminatory in service of equity, wasn't it? Or was Liam right? Was I just hurting people because I was hurt once? Next few weeks are brutal. Forced to make a public apology at a school assembly. Have to stand there and tell the students I was wrong. Admit that my policy was harmful. Watch Oliver's face in the crowd. He's not gloating, just looks sad. Sadder than when I took wrestling from him, like he expected better from me. Board puts me on probationary status. Everything I do now gets reviewed, every decision questioned. Liam is basically running the school. Teachers avoid me. Students whisper when I walk by. Not afraid, just disappointed. Month later, attend the first football game since reinstatement. Forced to by the board. Show of support. Sit in the stands surrounded by families. Watch the boys play. They're not dominating or aggressive. They're focused, working together. When they score, the girls' soccer team sitting nearby cheers. Girls and boys mixing, celebrating together. One player, Alex, throws his arms around his teammates after a touchdown. They pile on him, hugging. They look joyful. They look connected. They look the opposite of what I thought competitive sports created. Sarah, the English teacher, sits next to me. See that number? 44? That's my son, Michael. Didn't know she had a son on the team. He struggled with depression last year. Therapy, medication, the works. Football was the thing that saved him. The team, the purpose, the structure. When you banned it, he spiraled again. Bad. Feel sick. I didn't know. You didn't ask. You assumed you knew what was best for all these boys without knowing anything about them individually. You saw a category, not children. Watch Michael catch a pass. Watch his mother's face light up. At halftime, Oliver walks past to get concessions, sees me, stops. Glad you're here, Miss Victoria. Surprised he's talking to me. Oliver, I owe you an apology. Specifically, you already apologized at the assembly. That was required. This is personal. You tried to make me understand, and I wouldn't listen. I'm sorry. He considers this. Can I ask what changed your mind? Nothing changed my mind. The board reversed my decision. He looks disappointed again. So you still think you were right? Really think about it. The honest answer, I don't know what I think anymore. I thought I was serving justice, but everyone suffered, including the people I thought I was helping. Maybe that's a start, he says. Walks away. Watch the second half. Watch boys and girls cheering for both teams. Girls' soccer game is tomorrow. Boys will probably come support them. This is what Liam meant. More for everyone, not less for some. But I couldn't see it. Was too focused on the trophies that had boys' names, not focused enough on building a bigger trophy case. Season continues. Boys' sports fully restored. Participation rates climbing back. Girls' sports participation recovering too. Back to 85% of original numbers. Girls feel okay about competing again because everyone gets to compete. My probation continues. Superintendent meeting next month to determine my future. Likely won't be principal much longer. Maybe that's appropriate. Oliver's wrestling team wins their division. He places second at state. Scholarship to a good school. Feels like a rebuke. Everything I tried to prevent happening anyway. But he seems happy, healthy. Girls' soccer team also wins division. Trophy case gets expanded. Room for everyone now. Watching it happen without me. Watching the school heal from what I did. Sit in my office late one evening. Liam Knox comes in. Thought you might still be here. Where else would I be? He sits. Boards leaning toward non-renewal of your contract. Nod. Expected this. For what it's worth, Victoria. I think you genuinely believed you were doing good. Road to hell and all that. Yeah, but intention matters. Not as much as impact, but it matters. I destroyed so much, Liam. For nothing. Not for nothing. Every teacher here will think twice before using authority as a weapon. Now that's something bitter lesson. I wanted to help girls. I really did. I know. But you can't help one group by hurting another. Equity doesn't work that way. He leaves. Look at the trophy case from my window. New trophies being added. Boys and girls' names side by side. Oliver's wrestling trophy there. Jessica's volleyball achievement. Turns out there was room all along. Just needed someone to see it. Someone who wasn't me. Think about what I could have done differently. Fundraised for girls' sports. Hired more female coaches. Created mentorship programs. Expanded opportunities. Built something instead of destroying something. But that would have required believing boys and girls could both thrive. Would have required seeing boys as children, not oppressors. Would have required letting go of my own pain. Couldn't do it. Let my resentment make me small. Let my ideology make me cruel. Called it justice. Was just revenge. Oliver was right from the beginning. I was afraid of something that wasn't there. Saw patriarchy where there was just kids trying to grow. Saw oppression where there was just competition. Saw dominance where there was just achievement. Took it all away because somewhere deep down I wanted them to hurt like I hurt. And when they did hurt, I felt nothing but hollow. Last day as principal. Eventually board decides non-renewal. Given chance to resign instead. Take it, obviously. Pack up my office. 3 years of work. Fits in 4 boxes. Walk out through the lobby. Past the trophy case. Stop to look at it one more time. New plaque installed. In honor of all student athletes, past and present. Someone's small act of grace. Covering my failure with generosity. Oliver walks by with his wrestling team. Sees me leaving. Boxes in hand. Everything I am reduced to 4 cardboard containers. He stops. Team stops with him. Miss Victoria, Oliver, where will you go? I don't know yet. Away from education, probably. I don't trust myself anymore. He nods slowly. My mom always says the best thing about being wrong is that it means you can be right tomorrow. Wise woman she is. Good luck. Walks away with his team. They're laughing about something. Young and resilient. Already forgot what I tried to take from them or forgave it. Either way, moved on. Get to my car, load the boxes. Take one last look at Riverside High. Girls soccer practice on one field, boys football on another. Both teams running, competing, growing, doing exactly what they should be doing. What they would have done regardless of my intervention. Maybe that's the real lesson. I was never as powerful as I thought I was. Not powerful enough to solve patriarchy by banning sports. Not important enough to reshape society through one policy. Just a principal at a high school. Just a woman with unhealed wounds and too much authority, and not enough wisdom to know the difference. Drive away from Riverside High. Don't look back. Liam will make a good principal. Probably already been offered the job. He'll do what I couldn't. Create more instead of less. Build instead of destroy. See children instead of categories. And those kids, Oliver and Amy and Jessica and all of them, they'll be fine. Better than fine. They'll thrive despite me. Maybe because of me in some backwards way. Maybe my failure taught them something my success never could have. Doubt it, though. Probably just a story they'll tell later. Remember that crazy principal who banned boys' sports? Remember how stupid that was? Laugh about it at reunions. Footnote in school history. Cautionary tale. That's all I'll be. And maybe that's all I deserve to be. If this confession kept you hooked, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. We share powerful true stories every day that explore the complex realities of life.